This episode of Arch Rivals is brought to you by pasty white people. If you want to be freaked out in any given situation, look no further than pasty white people. Whether it's abduction, murder, or just crappy rhythmless dancing, you can trust pasty white people to make you feel super uncomfortable. Results with pasty white people may vary. Hey, I'm desperate for attention with archrivals.il, and today we're talking family values. Incest, bombs, and rock and roll, the faster Addams story. They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky, but they may also be inbred Satanists. Da-na-na-na. But first, a quick history. The Addams Family is a fictional household created by American cartoonist Charles Addams.
All right, Charles.
Now, the Addams Family cast have traditionally included Morticia and Gomez, their children Pugsley and Wednesday, close family members Uncle Fester and Grandmama, their butler Lurch, a disembodied hand named Thing, as well as Gomez's cousin It, that's just a whole nother can of worm shit right there. Also a slew of family members, relatives, cousins, aunts, uncles, etc. Some mentioned in name, others spoke of as legend. Now some of them we even get to meet. As they become hairy night terrors, dressed like a violent youth from A Clockwork Orange, screw you cousin It. Today, we're going to primarily focus on the core family members. Gomez Addams, for example. You see, Gomez is stupid rich. Like Bruce Wayne's bank account and Tony Stark's bank account had hate sex. And 6 months, 6 weeks, and 6 days later, a trust fund baby was birthed into this world in a burst of flames onto a checkered board floor, wearing a snazzy pinstripe suit and sporting a wicked sick mustache, all while holding a golden cigar kinda rich. You know, that sold your soul to the devil kinda rich. Not to mention Gomez is a retired lawyer, which, in the proud tradition of television shows, makes the character evil. Except Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That guy was a solid dude. That's how uncling is done. Fester, take notes, but we'll get to you later. Next up we have Morticia. Morticia's maiden name is Frump, and she has an older sister by the name of Ophelia, also played by Carolyn Jones in the television series. Her mother, Uncle Fester's sister, Hester Frump, was played by none other than the late, great Margaret Hamilton, who some of you may actually know better as the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. Whose stunning performance scared the Cocoa Krispies out of so many children, her small segment actually got an entire episode of Sesame Street banned from television. Go ahead, look it up. And of course, Grandmama Addams, who is Morticia's mother-in-law. Now, hold on for just a pigeon-toed, goat-eyed moment. In them 1990s Addams Family films, Grandmama was Morticia's mother, not Gomez's, and Uncle Fester was his brother, making him uncle to Wednesday and Pugsley. I'm Morticia, everybody knows that. Okay, hillbilly viewer, I hear ya, but give your nuts a tug, cause it's about to get weird. I wasn't looking forward to this, but enter Uncle Fester. The bald-headed, seemingly undead sadist, possible domestic terrorist, and all-around get the hell away from me kind of fella, was portrayed as Morticia's uncle in the original series, and then as Gomez's brother in the films. So what's the truth? Now, if you're looking to find truth in a continuity error, your best bet is to check the source material, which gives us no background for the at-the-time nameless characters. So we'll go with the original television series, which places Fester Addams as Morticia's uncle. Then tell me this, why is his name Fester Addams? Shouldn't it be Fester Frump? His sister, Morticia's mother's name is Hester Frump. Hester, Fester, brother and sister. I'm just assuming that the Cess gene pool that is the Addams family tree would suggest that Fester is both Morticia's uncle and Gomez's brother, making Morticia Gomez's niece from his half-sister Hester's side? Which is why they have different last names? Through creepio-poil type inbred marriage? Maybe? I don't know. Either way, it's nasty. Hey, stop with the naysaying and be more positive with your feedback. I know there are holes in this theory. I can hear you now. If Morticia's mother is Gomez and Fester's half-sister, then who's her dad? I don't know. I'm exhausted. You look it up. Quick shots, go! Why does Gomez get super rock hard when his wife and possible niece speaks French? Perhaps it's because his mother, Grandmama, was from France. You, Oedipus, Sigmund Freud said you're gross and he was gross. As for Gomez, he was born in Spain, but left shortly after birth with his mother, Grandmama Addams, who refers to Spain as the old country. How quaint. Quick shot, second round. Here we have Wednesday Addams, known in the pilot script as Friday Addams, is the perfect mixture of her mother and father, Gomez and Morticia Addams. Now, as far as her brother Pugsley goes, he looks a little bit too much like, yep, you guessed it, Uncle Goddamn Fester. Morticia's uncle slash brother-in-law, which would make our poor, portly, pudgy Pugsley here his nephew. Shot number 3, Lurch. Lurch is a damn Frankenstein monster. He literally has 2 left feet because they come from 2 different corpses. Also technically an Addams, given that his heart was donated from the corpse of an Addams. Damn! Lurch's mother seems pretty normal, but seems to have no problem with the Addams family way of life. One theory hilariously indicates that she is the ex-wife of an estranged Dr. Frankenstein, or a possible copycat scientist. Are they evil? They all have unexplained supernatural abilities. Wednesday, for example, is a master psychopath, yet somehow fails to kill her brother Pugsley every day. Is this because he can't die? Is he already dead? Certainly has nothing to do with her unique talents. Fun fact, Wednesday and Pugsley straight up murdered Margaret's former husband, resulting in her marriage to Gomez's cousin It. Cousin It? More like Cousin Save-A-Ho, am I right?
Hey, yo, shut up!
Perhaps these little rascals simply didn't understand that this man wasn't unholy and death-proof like the rest of the family. Uncle Freakshow, on the other hand, can power a light bulb in his disgusting mouth. And as he suffers from severe migraines, he places his own chalky head into a vice grip. I don't know why he does this, nor why his mattress of choice is a bed of nails. To be perfectly honest with you, there has never been an adaptation of this character that doesn't make me instantly want to clench my butthole. Gomez Addams, as portrayed by John Astin in 1964, was quirky, witty, and a bit of a coward. Played beautifully by Astin respectively, was a bit different from his future rendition, played amazingly by Raul Julia. Because everything that man did was a masterpiece, even that one movie that we don't like to talk about. Julia, after reading a garbage fire of a script for a god-awful Street Fighter movie, played the role of M. Bison for his children. He gave his last performance being the only tolerable element in the crapshoot of an oddly profitable film, proving that there is nothing, and I mean nothing, a good father will not do for his kids. Did you hear that, Dad? Did you hear it, Dad? Melodramatic but fearless, Julius Gomez seemed optimistic with little to no concerns for his own life. Hey, I like the Addams family just fine, except for Uncle Fester. I mean, Gomez is cool, but as far as Cousin It goes, you know what you did, bro. Here's a thought. When I was a kid, I used to think that they all died at one point or another, and Grandmama just resurrects them back to life. Pet Cemetery style. A dark baptism that leaves you born again on atoms. Bear with me. In Addams Family Values, we see Wednesday separate from her summer crush Joel after they collectively turn on the summer camp majority in what appears to be a slaughter in the name of the Native Americans. Though we later see a family known as the Buckmans, whom we previously saw roasting over sticks like snobby pigs on an open fire. Now on a plane ride home, as newborn baby Pubert, flies past the window, prompting them to shut the shade and pray this nightmare of a summer would just fucking end. While little Demon Jr. here shows similar fearless disregard for his own life, and landing exactly where he needs to be to commit baby's first homicide. Pick her up so fast. Later we see Wednesday's summer love, again, dressed to look like her father Gomez. Right down to the mustache as he asked, "How do I look?" to what looks like a pretty pleased Wednesday. Did they put Joel through whatever ritualistic process that made Gomez the eccentric psychopathic occultist he is today? Or is she just turned on by guys that look like her dad? I mean, it really could go either way with this family. The 1993 film gave us a few additions to the Addams mythos. Aside from Joel, we've got Debbie, played wonderfully by Joan Cusack, and she is just the best. If not for her greedy nature, she would have fit right in with this family. Seriously, I could do a whole video about her, but I won't. Which brings us to Pubert. Ew. Sorry, that baby's name makes me uncomfortable. And so thought network executives who decided that Pugsley would be a better name for the original Pubert, who was Pugsley Addams. He's not half as creepy as what's-his-name. Pubert, unlike Pugsley, is a carbon copy of his father Gomez. You see that? But he seemingly goes through a reverse transformation, being de-Addamsed in a sense. And this is due to the instability caused by Fester's marriage to Debbie. Lucky Debbie, can you imagine waking up to this guy every morning? A few references to Pubert, may have been hinted at in the 1998 straight-to-video film Addams Family Reunion, and in the new Addams Family, where Wednesday states that there used to be a third sibling, but Pugsley ate him. So, yeah, cannibalism. Family fun and wholesome entertainment for all ages. Where do I even go from here? Did we miss anything? Of course we did. Feel free to sound off in that comment section below. It's not like I'm going to read it. I'm a busy man with many high-powered finances that require my attention. Who has the time? Not me. Also, click that like button, or don't. I'm not the boss of you. Don't let me push you around, you little pussy. Look at that. You made it to the end of the video. Wow, you're something else. But know this, young viewer. I could go on and on. I've already traveled way too far down the rabbit hole in preparation for this video, and none of it matters. I certainly don't care. I will say this though, as messed up as the Addams Family are, they're still way more entertaining than the monsters. It sure doesn't even make sense. How does a Frankenstein monster get with a vampire chick and have a werewolf? That's not how werewolves are made. And her dad's grandpa Dracula? None of this makes sense, not even the token chick. They're inbred, twisted sadists, their hatred is the strangest, they play and pray to Satan, the Addams Family, da 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 da. That's what the buddies do.